Hi. Today we're going to talk about the greats of our time, Australia. So I've picked three, and there were many people who don't get mentioned here, especially my nearest and dearest that were working in the trenches with me. And guiding me even. There's a few mentors in there, and they're very much appreciated and respected by myself. So one of the things that we do want to talk about is that you are not emotionally your history. You are the best of your history, including the best lessons you came out the other side with. You know, perhaps we're learning to come out of society and stand on our own. You know, recalibrating our belief systems. Anyway, I'll go into the people. Jacqie Dundee, she's a leader in what was once termed the freedom movement, but really she's a leader of the Australian people. She keeps them informed of what's going on, and she's a fighter, and she supports a lot of people, and she's worthy of recognition. I find Jacqie to be very honest and well respected, and I think, and I just want to confirm that she's someone that is a public person that you can trust. Another one I would mention, and I'll put the links in the bio, is Patterson. Now, Nick has been involved in many things, and he's been in the trenches, in the courts, and these Victorians, Jacqie and Nick, they had to deal with a lot during COVID, the lockdowns, and the police were attacking people. They were trained in attacking people, ordinary people, in a terrible way. So Nick founded Australian Peacemakers, and you know, I saw them as God's warriors, and I joined them. And what they used to do is they would have peacemakers around all events and protests that would stand between the people. They'd work with the police and the people, but they would stand in between as a defence. And there's good people there, really good people. I was in New South Wales, it's a complete different kettle of fish to what Victorians went through. I don't always vibe with Nick's stuff, but I did vibe with that, and I keep an eye on what Nick's doing. Presently he's, Nick's a Christian, and he's on the front lines in Victoria and has been for as long as I can remember. And at the moment, he's facing political Middle Eastern interference in our country's leadership, and more, because when they bring all the people into Australia, they tend to settle in Victoria first, although I don't know how that's going to go in the future, because I believe Toll have a contract with the government, and it was in the Toll media release about this contract. They'll be transporting people out from the docks and the airports, and I don't know where they were going. I don't know much more about it. but you'll know if it happens in your town, if they're all being dumped in your town. So, yeah, Nick's got a lot of heart and spirit. My path takes me elsewhere, but I keep an eye on what Nick's doing because he's definitely boots on the ground, the front line. The other one I'd like to talk about is Rod Cullerton. Now, Rod Cullerton's an ex-politician, believe it or not. Now, I don't have great faith in politicians, but the only one I really like is Rod Cullerton. He was pretty much kicked out of Parliament. He believes in the Constitution. He takes on the banks. He took on the banks in court and still does, actually. He does a lot of work for people. The banks are trying to take their houses, and he's based in Western Australia. And he fights for these people, and so many people have lost their homes in Australia through the bank's capers, and Rod has saved so many. So yeah, I'll put all the links in the description for you to check out these people. But these people that are still there, they're not going to be stopped. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep going, and very worthy of finding out what's actually going on. I have to say, in my time, my deepest gratitude goes to those who stood beside me and kept the faith. So I said my nearest and dearest didn't get a mention. Though they are worthy. They are worthy as ordinary people accomplishing extraordinary things, and there are many of them. And those that were nearest and dearest to me, you know who you are. I joined the freedom movement as a carer. I'm pulling myself out of the trenches as a healer. I definitely have a greater depth of knowledge and gratitude for where I've been, and I hope to one day be an accredited minister, but in the meantime I'm just going to keep working at it, and hopefully I can help whoever I can. So there's a lot going on in the world, and it takes a bit to work out, to get through it without being emotionally destroyed. It's one step at a time. You've got to follow your own path. I can't tell you what to do, where to go. All we can do is be honest and deal with what's in front of us, or if you're moved and pushed, you know that you're being guided to do something, listen to your intuition. Listen. It's very important. That's all I've got to say. I just felt it was really important to mention this because it's part of my past, and where I've been, not necessarily where I'm going, but who knows? Who knows what's ahead? So take care, people. Look after yourself.